with the extra point. This is Erik McKinney, joined by Greg Katz. Greg, we heard on Thursday the Pac-12 is going to play college football this fall. Teams all kind of being brought back after they had initially postponed until January 1st, 2021 at the earliest. Your general reaction to the news that USC and the Pac-12 conference are going to have college football this fall?
Well, it's certainly not shocking at this point, because once the Big Ten says we're playing ball and here's the number of games we're going to play, as one Pac-12 president said, we would have been the only team, basically conference, in town not playing. How would that have looked? So I think the peer pressure was incredible, although understandable, logical from the sense that, what would the ramifications be had they not played? Okay. If maybe the Pac-12 was number one on the Power 5 conference power ranking scales, they might have been calling the shots. But the reality is, where the conference is today, they're in no position to be the odd man out.
Yeah, I think what it came down to for me, there's so many questions. So you got your big answer. The big answer is it's going to start the weekend of November 7th. The first kickoff will be that Friday, November 6th. So the big answer is yes, they're going to play. It felt like such an easy decision going back to early September when Larry Scott announces we have these quadrille tests, we have these 15-minute antigen tests we're going to be able to test every day. And the factual way they sort of stated that, again, he's called that a game changer now on, I think, 3 or 4 different occasions. This was the thing. This is what everybody needed. And really what it looked like was that was going to clear every hurdle that the medical advisory board had put up. So once you say, boy, we've got to be able to achieve all of these things, and then you say, hey, we can. And then it still takes 3 weeks plus a letter from USC players to the California governor where you find out that Larry Scott and Gavin Newsom hadn't even really been discussing anything, and the Pac-12 just hadn't been pushing anything forward and even looking to play, even though, like I said, they seem to have their answer. Again, once the health and safety and all of that was taken care of, and you felt confident that was going to be okay, to then sort of still sit back and just kind of like, well, I get, we'll see. And then have these other things, the USC players, the Big Ten, like you mentioned, coming back, to have those be the things that pushed you back really to a season. It raises so many questions about the Pac-12. And like you say, where they exist in the pecking order and going forward, what this conference kind of thinks it can be. Because at this point, it just feels like they're just happy to be able to play college football with everybody else. And they're not sort of taking that step forward and trying to say, hey, we've got a absolute marquee brand name in USC. We've got a team in Oregon that has been, recently a sort of national power with certainly the Pac-12's most recent national championship game appearances. So you've got some programs, and it just, again, was another thing where it felt like you kind of limped into the season, and, we'll see what happens. But all that being said, the fact that they feel comfortable to go ahead and the fact that we're going to be able to see some college football in the Pac-12, ultimately, that it was a good thing and a big day, I think, for the conference.
Yeah, I think the game changer, with all due respect to all parties involved, was when the Big Ten said, we're playing. And it was almost laughable when I was on the conference call yesterday with the Pac-12 when the president of Oregon, Michael Schill, said, I want to make it abundantly clear that money had nothing to do with this. The amount of money they're going to give us is a drop. Well, I don't know. I always felt some money is better than no money. And I still found that one a little bit in the giggle machine.
That's $70 million, something around there, right? $4 million for a New Year's Six bowl that you assume, certainly somebody from the conference is going to get. And then no matter who those Final Four playoff teams were, the payout to conferences last year is $66 million. So just for getting on the field, you'd expect those payouts. So again, the idea that money not having anything to do with it, certainly money having something to do with it. So again, Pac-12 football this fall, and we'll see USC that opening weekend, November 7th.